Okay, Joe, we've been through this before. This is Coach Scott, and we're going to talk a little bit about your swing. Not that there's a whole lot wrong with your swing. There's minor little things. But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, you've done a great job this year, whether that's just your rhythm and timing or it's just a real good approach. You've been a very consistent hitter for us for the most part. But the thing is, every single time out, you want to get better regardless of how well you're doing. I could be batting 400, I want to bat 500. I'm batting 500, I want to bat 600. And that should be the mindset. I want to get better each and every time I'm out there. Okay, so that being the case, I thought we'd do a little video here, a little food for thought for you, and I've got you teamed up with a Giancarlo Stanton. He's not a bad hitter. Um, he does a lot of good things. He's a big, strong guy, but he does a lot of good things. So let's have a look at what we're doing here. There you are in your batting stance. You know what? Everybody has a different batting stance, but as far as I'm concerned, your batting stance is terrific. Okay, he's actually already started into his swing. He's done his load. He's actually into his load, and he's just starting to move his front foot forward. So I've got him in video a little bit further along than you are right now. So let's take you into your load and see what goes on here. Okay, slight shift of the weight backward. That's beautiful. You drop the hands down a little bit, and you're starting to rise up with your body here. Okay, the hands are going down, body going up. Okay, not a big deal. I've seen both Josh Donaldson and David Ortiz drop their hands down to about here, but they get them back up again when they start to stride forward. So we'll see if that's the case with you here. Oop, we jumped forward just a little bit there. Sorry about that. So you're coming off your back side right now, starting to move forward into your front side. Okay, and you're starting to get a bit of a squat there. See your head movement both ways? That's kind of what I was talking about. If you want to really pick up the ball, you want to just have slight lateral movement. Yours is kind of going up, goes up, and then it goes down. Not only that, your weight's going up and then down. It should just move laterally. I know it's a shift, but it should just move from back to front. Okay, not up and then down. That's way too much head movement to pick the ball up consistently. Okay, now you're right into your front foot strike right there. Okay, there's your front foot strike. I'll put him to his front foot strike. I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible. You can see he's on his toe there, and as his front heel goes down, that would be considered front foot strike right there. Okay, still got the hands back. The hands are still back. The hips are starting to rotate. Okay, hands are still back here. You guys are in a very similar position in a lot of ways. Okay, he's got the bat just a hair higher. Yours is dropped down a little bit lower. Okay, and let's see what goes on with his head and your head. And hopefully at this point, this is where your head should remain very, very still. This is where you're in the rotational swing part of your rotational movement part of your swing. This is where we're rotating around that. Remember that imaginary spike I drove down through you? Hell, I'll draw one in there right now. Gonna put a spike right through you. Sorry, Joe. There you are. I'm gonna put a spike right through Giancarlo Stanton. Okay, it's almost like that spike is what you rotate around now. And you may do this terrifically well. Let's just see what happens here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that's probably a big reason for your success. Once you get to that front foot strike, look what you're doing. You're rotating beautifully around that axis, around your head. That's absolutely outstanding right there, Joe. Absolutely outstanding. I would never change a little bit of that part right there. That's terrific. See that tremendous rotation? The head stays right in the frame. The only part I would work on just a bit, not in a game, never in a game. In the game, we just strictly execute. I would work on it in practice, and I would work on it in the living room, trying to go into your load and then into your front foot strike with just a slight lateral movement. Okay, rather than that up and that down, because when you're moving into your front foot, the ball's actually on the way. So you're eyeing up the pitch, trying to determine whether it's a good pitch to hit or not a good pitch to hit. And if your head's moving upwards and downwards, you're not going to see the ball as well as you think you're seeing it. Okay? If you can make that one little correction, and again, never in a game. Never ever. Okay? In the game, we just simply execute what we've been working on. Okay, subconsciously. So once you've got that ingrained subconsciously, boom, you're off to the races. Okay, let's see Giancarlo Stanton as well while we're at it and see how he spins around his act. Let's see if he does it as well as you, because you did it fantastic here. Phew, Giancarlo Stanton. What's he got over you, Joe? Okay, he's got a lot of money. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He does the same thing. Except he does it with a tremendous amount of power. He stood up a little bit afterwards, but that initial rotational swing is just right around that still head. Boom. He's right there. Okay. So let me get rid of these darn lines and let me take you through both your videos again, just once to let you have a good look at it in slow-mo. Okay, so here you are at a great hitter's position, and away you go. Back into that great load, that negative move. Looking pretty good. Just a little toe tap, nothing wrong with that. It's just that move there. It's kind of up and then down. But then this move really is terrific right here. Once you are down, boom. That's terrific. Okay, you're staying very stationary. Very nice. Let's see Giancarlo one more time. Guy's a terrific hitter. Guy's a beast. Okay, Joe. That's it for June 2016, our first video of the year. I hope that gives you some food for thought, and we'll see you at the ballpark, kid.